highvolumemusicradio.com. The business knowledge broker out.
Hey, yo, Guru, you ready?
Business, marketing. Hey, this is Candace Joseph. We are back from our music break here at High Volume Music, Radio for the Business Knowledge Broker Hour. We want to bring you the information. We want to bring you the information on business, what's going on right now, what we can do to help people. And one of the great people that I've met on Facebook is Miss Anita Legacy Blue. And a lot of times when we're going through Facebook and, people are adding us and it's a friend of a friend of a friend. Well, I have to say, she was a friend of one of my sorority sisters and a few people that I went to high school with and one of my aunts on Facebook. And I have to say, I was very happy to, accept her Facebook, request and become her friend, because the stuff that she is doing in the community is absolutely awesome. So without further ado, on the Business Knowledge Broker Hour, I want to introduce you guys to Miss Anita Legacy Blue. She's the sales director for Financial Education Services. Hello, Miss Blue.
Hey there, Candace. How you doing? I'm super excited.
I am doing great. I just want to say thank you for becoming my Facebook friend, and thank you for, coming on and telling our listeners, some great information. You are a person that's really out in the community. And man, when I see you go and I see you posting up at places and you're here and you're there, and I'm like, how does she have all this energy? But I know that what you do helps the people. So I just want to let you know that I see you on Facebook and I admire all of your movements. But I really wanted to, get you on the show because, during this time, during this COVID-19 pandemic, we are experiencing some things that we've never experienced before. And, I want you to tell my listeners what exactly you do and how you can help them during this time.
Well, Candace, first of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for allowing me to come onto your show. And we appreciate definitely what you're doing to give back to the community. You're a blessing to us and giving us this platform just to be out here and kind of tell what we do, because we're all servant leaders. That's how I look at it. So I'm just super excited to have the opportunity to be on your show and speak with you, kind of tell you what I've been doing and going on in my activity within the community right before we had the pandemic. Just doing, a lot of networking. Just networking is the key for me and for his business and all of us who are in business. And so that's why I kind of, I've been reaching out to several people, and you were one of the ones because I saw what you were doing as well. And I want to definitely make that connection and network. So I definitely want to say thank you. You're blessing a lot of us by just giving us the opportunity
thank
to
you
speak,
for saying
and be out here with that.
I really
Yes,
appreciate you saying it. One of the reasons why I started this show was really, to educate more people on the services and, kind of, introduce them to someone that they can, do business with or get services from. And a lot of times, a lot of people they don't know where to go to look for, certain things. So that's one of the reasons why I started this show. And plus, it's my way to give back. I really believe in entrepreneurship, and I believe in helping people grow their businesses. And I also believe in, the people knowing about great people, great leaders, as you put it, because that's true. We're all leaders, and, just to get great service. So tell the people what you do.
Hey, Candace, I am out here working, just trying to help us get better with financial literacy. We just, certain things we just weren't taught in school, and financial literacy is one. We don't know, much about a credit. We know about savings, but we don't save properly because there are things that we just haven't been taught on how to do that properly. Budgeting and things like that. So I'm just out here just really trying to help us get some tools to be financially literate. And, I'm working with my company, and we're able to do that, help them because we have a package that we actually offer just to get them that information and help them get in a better space. So, I'm excited about that because, like you say, people just don't know where to turn. Like if I go in and apply for something or apply online for something and I get turned down or denied, where do I go to get in a better space? And so that's what I feel like, my calling is, just to be able to educate people on these types of products and services, just to get in a better space.
Oh, no, that's great because, one of the things when it comes to, financial literacy and, financial education period, most people look at it like, okay, well, yeah, I know how my paycheck is calculated. Yeah, I know about going out and applying for, credit and, getting a home finance and applying for a car. But, you guys provide, with the partnership that you guys have, which I want to hear more about. You guys have a great, financial services, plan and membership for people. Tell us a little bit about who you guys' partnership is through and some of the perks of this membership.
Our partnership is with United Credit Education Services, and what we offer is an all-inclusive membership package. And it's just very important just to know the single biggest difference between financial success and financial failure is how well you manage your money. It's simple to master money, but must know how to manage it, right? And so what our company thought that we would just kind of they put some tools together. It's actually 12 tools and systems to help people educate them on financial literacy, right? So, it's a lot of facts out there, a lot of stuff that we don't know about finances. We have over 1 trillion people in credit card debt. Americans just are drowning in the credit card debt. About 50% of people, in the U.S. have no rainy day funds, and right now it's really going to show that we weren't saving properly just in case something happened, right? And so, we got about 46% of, the baby boomers, they have less than 10,000 saved in retirement. So it's just a lot of things, that we're kind of going through and, not knowing. And just, I think a part of it just mainly, I know for myself, it's just a lack of education, right? And the thing that is really, really, kind of out there and we don't know, the fact is that like 43 million people, Americans, have a credit score of 599 or less. So it's just these kind of things that are out there that are hurting us.
Well, I have to say, financial education on all boards, when you're thinking about, taxes and getting loans and, your credit score, a lot of those things are important because, people don't realize that, jobs look at that. It's not just, car finance companies and home people. Right now, I look at it like this. A lot of business owners out there are applying for, loans right now to, keep their companies afloat. But people don't realize that they're looking at your business credit, but they're looking at your personal credit too. Tell the listeners why credit is so important and why, knowing these, using these 12 tools that you guys have with your membership program, why is credit so important? Why do we, need to make sure that we stay on top of that, personal and business?
Well, you know what? Ultimately, good credit scores, they just open up all the possibilities that's going to create, kind of like the lifestyle you desire, just to go in and say, hey, I'd like to get this new vehicle, or, I need business credit. So you just got to be able to, that's what it's going to create for you. It's going to allow you just to get those lower interest rates and, the credit card, the loans, right? Even with insurance, if you have a better credit score, that lowers your insurance rates on your home as well as your car. So it's just those types of things that when you want to be have a good credit standing, because it just basically talks about you and your character. And I know we've all made, have issues, because I'm one of those persons. Believe me, there's no judgment here. It's just, if we know better, we do better, right?
That's true.
And so that's what I feel like we have to offer. You just got to just know education is the key.
Well, okay, so this is the thing, like I said, I have been seeing you network. I have seen, all of the things that you guys have going on, with financial education services. And I want to know, how did you decide that this was the business that you wanted to do? How did you decide that?
Well, as I stated earlier, I'm a servant leader. I mean, I really feel, connected to my community and having the knowledge to be better and do better. It's a mindset, but it's also just somebody reaching out to say, hey, this can help you. So for me, I saw the opportunity to spread this information and news. I wasn't educated in it, and going through this company, I've become a lot more educated. So I wanted to give back and just be able to help people, understand and know that somewhere you can turn and go, and somebody's out here that has tools that are available that, you can get for yourself and your family. Because my strong belief was too that if I learn this and get educated, that I'm going to pass this on to my children and my grandchildren, right? And so that was another big key for me, just to be able to, pass the information on and pass it down and change generational type living, if you will.
I have to say, I absolutely love that, because here you are, yes, you're providing a service, but the long reach of it goes generations in the future. I absolutely love that. And I want to tell, the listeners to the Business Knowledge Broker Hour with Candace Joseph, I want to tell them about this video that has been going around on Facebook for the last couple of days where this gentleman, he said, okay, well, we're going through this pandemic. And, hey, even though everybody is like, oh, we're going to give you extensions for this, extensions for that, he was talking about his student loan debt. And then he talked about how this company, Financial Educational Services, assisted him in clearing $40,000 in student loan debt. I have to say, I rewatched that video so many times. I sent that video to people to show them that, hey, just because certain things are going on, you do not have to sit on your hands and not be proactive in what goes on in your financial life.
That is absolutely correct. It was something that I watched several times as well. And just to know that, it's something that changed this young man's life, to be able to say, hey, I no longer have that debt hanging over me because I made a decision to move forward in spite of everything that's going on to, put myself, which when I put myself in a better place, then that means my family's in a better place. And that's what he was super excited about, that he had several things besides the student loan, which is the biggest debt he had, to be, removed from his credit. He was able to do some other things, as far as any type of collection or, any charge-offs and things like that he got deleted. So he was just giving his testimony on how, plugging into a company and being proactive. All the services that we have are interactive, right? You have your own portal that you can log into with a password and your user ID. And you just go in there and you're able to look at budgeting and put your information in there. He talked a lot about the debt payoff system. We have a system that you can upload all of your debt and it will calculate how you can get it paid off quicker, right? We have credit monitoring that we use. And the most important thing I really, really like that he said, it was a credit builder. And we do that through Smart Credit, where you can go in and they give you tips and tools on how to build your credit. So, I was super excited, Candace, as well, to see that video and his testimony. It really, makes a difference in people's lives.
Yes. And, I have to say, like I said, I love the fact that everything that you guys offer is interactive because, most people say, oh, okay, I want to go ahead and I want to clean my credit, but I want to get somebody else to do it. But it's like, hey, you have to be a part of the process, and I absolutely love that because it teaches, not only does it give you the financial, education tools to know how to move forward, it lets you know in the process what you did wrong and how you can build upon what you want. Like you said, it's all about the lifestyle you want in the future. So, hey, let's get it together. Let's get this credit thing going and look at it right now. Most people are at home, either working from home or, it's possible that their jobs have furloughed them or even closed down. Now is the perfect time. Because I've been, over the last few weeks on my show, I've been telling people, now is the time to reinvent your business. Now's the time to start a business if you ever wanted to do it. Figure out a way to make your dreams come true right now. But then I've also been telling people that on an individual and family level, it's time to give that, give it some time of reflection and look back and think about how you can move forward in the future. So I have to say, when I saw that video about that young man, and you could tell he was almost in tears thinking about what he can do for his children now, how that money that he would have been spending on, paying off those debts and paying those things off and the tools that he used to get those things down, how that is going to open up so many doors for him on a personal level, from even a job, level, and just in the future. So I have to say that I was excited to see it. I pass it on. And for me, I am a business person. So for me, finances are always number one. Because, the dollar makes the world go round.
Absolutely.
We have to look at that, what was that band Wu-Tang Clan said, cash rules everything around me. And, cash is key. But I'm glad at the fact that you guys have, those tools to where people can see how to build their credit and, what things that they can do and put into place now that can help them. I have to say it's awesome.
I'm super excited about it, Candace. Just this opportunity to give back in this way, One of the big things too, a couple more tools I like to just hit on,
Hey,
while I have you
let's
here.
do it.
Is
Let's
just,
give people all
yeah,
the tools they need. Let's do it. You have an open forum here. Like I told you, let's talk about it. Let's get it out there because people don't know. Let's educate the folks.
absolutely. So one of the big things that I like that the company does is we offer, how do you get your credit score calculated? Not a lot of people know how it's even calculated. And so that's one of the things that you will learn working with us. How is my score calculated? Pretty much 35% of your payment history is what the largest amount of your credit score calculation. 35% of it is credit history, or payment history, I'm sorry. And so when you have those on-time payments, that's going to help your credit history, right? Your payment history. 30% of that's going to be the capacity, the amount that you owe. So that's the percentages and limits that are available, right? We talk a lot about utilization. That's one thing that is key that someone told me not too long ago that I did not know myself, a couple of years ago, utilization. Because you have to have a certain amount of, even though you get a certain amount of credit, you don't go and charge up the whole card. The company wants to know that you don't need that because then they look at you as being desperate, right? If you charge it all the way up. So, the companies are looking at that. Length of credit. How long have you had your credit? That's 15% of your score right there, right? Yeah. New inquiries. And we know we get those. We go get that car. And unfortunately, some companies will, send out 10 inquiries just to get you to qualify for the car, which all of that goes against your credit. Yep. And the last 10% is going to be the types of credit. You have what's called installment credit or installment loans or revolving, right? And installment is going to be like your house payment and your car payments. And then revolving will be any of your credit card payments that you have. So that's pretty much how you would calculate your score, but a lot of us just don't know how that's calculated. So that's very important. I think that's super powerful.
Well, I have to say, I thank you for, giving that nugget out, because what you said about like payment history, that is absolutely true. Most people don't realize, like if you have a car financed and you miss one payment, your credit score drops 100 points. Most people don't even realize that.
Right.
Most people don't even realize, that everything is looking at, you got the 3 credit bureaus, but then you have the FICO score. Then you have, the different types of scoring systems that people use in order to see if they're going to give you that loan or that house loan or finance that car. A lot of people do not know that. And, I have to say, I was one of those people where, I was brought up in a household, with an accountant. So certain things I did know, but that, as a young kid and as a young adult, there was a lot of things I just ignored, okay, well, they talked about stuff that went on in the 70s, this is the 90s, early 2000s, times are different. And then it was like, when you look at it, it's like, whoa, okay, I'm trying to buy a house and what? I'm trying to buy a car and what?
Yes. The real life hits you right there in the face, right? Yeah. And so, it's super important just to know these things. And it's never too late. I don't want anybody to think, hey, it's too late for me. It is not. I'm a nice little middle-aged lady myself, and so it's never too late just to be educated and make some different moves. And so that's what I'm here to help anybody with that's interested in that. And also one more thing about the company, which I definitely love, Candace, is we have what's called a YFL Family Mint. It stands for Youth Financial Literacy, right? And so what our company has been doing since 2016 is been giving out scholarships to actually high school seniors and college freshmen. And all they would have to do to apply for this scholarship, they don't even have to have, be a part of the company or be in membership with us. It's just kind of take a little quiz about financial literacy and then write an essay. Right. And so we started giving this out, like I said, in 2016. And this past year, 2019, they gave out over $400,000 to different students across, the U.S. So that's what I really, really love about the company. They're giving back into the community. The program is actually available to be taught in school and classes, just to give kids some, education on money and financing and budgeting. You introduce it to them earlier and it's going to last. So that was one of the big things that I loved about, the company as well. So we take $2 of every membership that we have and we put into this foundation, and that's where the scholarship money comes from. So it's just super awesome.
That is
I'm
awesome.
excited about it.
Well, you know what?
Giving back to the community.
Well,
like
I tell you what, after you and I finish finish talking to our listeners for today, I want me and you are going to work together. We're going to figure out how we can get this program into some local schools. I know right now people are like, okay, well, end of the school year 2020 is over, but we're going to prepare for next year.
Absolutely.
Hey, look at it. These students are learning how to use Zoom. They're learning how to use apps. They're learning how to use the computer more efficiently. Let's go ahead and get them on the financial path to getting these things done right. Especially with, kids that are in high school, they need to know how jobs and credit and all that affects them, especially when going to college. Because, I have to say, I was one of those kids that when they had the credit people at the college campuses and they were asking people if they wanted to fill out an application, I was like, okay, yeah. And then you get back, you start looking at it and say, well, I'm a college student that don't have a job, but I got a credit card that I have to pay every month. Now, how am I going to do this? So,
right.
like I said, I was one of those kids that, hey, ignored the parents' advice and just said, well, no, I'm going to go ahead and do this. But I think that's exciting. And definitely send me the information in regards to scholarships so that I can put that online too. Now, Miss Anita Legacy Blue, thank you for coming on today. But I want you to tell the people how they can get in touch with you today because I know you said something about you guys do free consultations, right? Just to ask questions, correct?
Absolutely. So you can actually go follow me on my social media platforms at Legacy Blue 66 on Instagram. And of course, it's Legacy Blue on Facebook. And you can give me a call for your free consultation at 281-687-4882. And I just want to let everybody know, hey, it's nothing wrong with being in a situation, but it is something wrong with not trying to get out of it and just having somebody give you a consultation. So please just, understand that, you can make a next move. It's not over. Things will get better, and you can make the move now to try and put yourself in position for when things do get better. So I truly appreciate it, Candace, the opportunity, and I'm so looking forward to us working together and helping our community.
Yes, we can definitely do that. And what I'm also going to do is, because of this interview and the awesome tools and nuggets, and because I want people to know about this show will be featured, your interview will be on my Thursday playback. And I will also post it on the High Volume Music Radio website and Facebook page and Instagram so that the listeners can have this information. They can replay it for themselves, and I'm also going to put it on the Business Knowledge Broker Hour Facebook page. And, I have my own consulting firm, and I'm going to put this information on my consulting firm website. And I'm also going to post this interview on the Joseph Consulting Firm's Facebook page so people can, listen in and they can write down these tips and they can write down how to contact you. Well, Miss Anita Legacy Blue, I want to thank you here from, our family to yours here at High Volume Music Radio. Thank you for being our guest today. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you so much, Candace, and God bless you. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you for calling in. All right, guys, we'll be back after our music break here at High Volume Music Radio. We have more business info to give to you this week. We have more interviews. So, keep listening in to the Business Knowledge Broker Hour with Candace Joseph here at High Volume Music Radio. And if you don't have the app, download the app. All right, good night. Thank you. HighVolumeMusicRadio.com. The Business Knowledge Broker Hour.
Hey, yo, Guru, you ready?
Business, marketing,